And we are live. Darren, Godfrey, how are we doing?
Hello, George. You all right, bro?
Very well, mate. Very well indeed. Obviously, a new opponent this time around, BKB 22, Lawrence Tracey. We'll start off at BKB Lockdown, your first fight under the big lights of BKB against Ashley Gibson. It was a disappointing performance. Obviously, came on really well, came on strong, everything looking good, coming back into the fight, and then a devastating shot to the body, took the wind out of the sails, and an unfortunate defeat.
I didn't even get a chance to warm up, mate, to be honest with you, before I just so he wanted to put his hands straight from my fucking body. But yeah, I'm a bit gutted, really. Do you know what I mean? There's a hell of a lot more to me than it got shown in that fight. Do you know what I mean? I think I started off a bit slow, and I think, to be honest with you, I think I underestimated Ash Gibson. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be ashamed to say it, but it is what it is. He's a tough lad. He is a tough lad. I did hit him with a few good shots. You know what I mean? He had a few marks and bruises and that at the end. But I tell you what, he's a nice lad. He's a tough lad. I like Ash. Do you know what I mean? We've stayed in touch. I like him. He's all right. The better man won on the night. Do you know what I mean? And that's all I've got to say about it, George, to be honest with you, mate.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, the rematch obviously could be there in the future. Is that something you'd be interested in?
I'd love the rematch. I think Ash would give me the rematch. You know what I mean? I think he's that sort of person. I think he'd give me it if I could get it. But yeah, I'd love the rematch. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. As I say, you've moved on from that performance. You're training 2 times a day. You know, you've really upped the training. How much motivation has it given you?
I tell you, that was my first loss in bare knuckle, and it did hit me hard, mate. I'm not going to lie. It messes with your head. It do. You know what I mean? You don't want to feel that feeling again. So I've made sure I'm not going to. I'm on it. Do you know what I mean? I need redemption. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think I've ever been so hungry, mate, to be honest with you.
You say it knocked you back. At what point during after the fight did you feel like you truly got over the situation?
As soon as you get that ring, I can remember doing the interview with you after. Yeah. And yeah, mate, I fell to pieces then. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like you go in there with all these game plans and, do you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. My head was in the right place. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't really blame it on anything. It was just a simple fact. I started too slow, underestimated Ash, and got hit with a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like I got a weak body either. Do you know what I mean? My body's quite conditioned. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but he honestly, hell of a punch.
Definitely.
All credit to him.
Definitely. And that's the most important thing, acceptance. You see a lot of guys blaming, saying they didn't lose the fight, you know, this happened, that happened. You haven't put any excuses in the way. So that's the
I always put the work in before the fights, you know what I mean? So if the better man wins on the night, then you just got to hold your head up, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, we were supposed to be seeing Matthew Hodgson versus Darren Godfrey at BKB 22. I was really excited. I saw a bit of back and forth on social media. I was well up for this, and then it's fallen through. What exactly happened there?
Yeah, no, I don't really know what happened with the fight. To be honest, I think Matt had plans which he couldn't get out of. But no, I definitely think that'd be a fight for the future. I think me and him's had a bit of a love-hate relationship. Like, do you know what I mean? It did get a little bit back and forth, which, you know what I mean, I think, you know what I mean, is good, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I like that. Do you know what I mean? It makes you more got a bit more hungry, like that. Yeah, I think that fight should definitely happen. Yeah, definitely. I think we'd love to get our hands on each other, to be honest.
Has it been squashed, the beef, or is it still very much there?
It's yeah, we've had a little chat and that, because obviously I said to him, it's like a shame we ain't get to punch each other's faces and, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I understand it. If you've got plans, and, you know what I mean, he's a family man the same as me. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes you've got things on. Do you know what I mean?
And moving into the Lauren Tracey fight, obviously before it was behind closed doors. Now we're in front of fans, a full capacity at the Indigo, 4,000 people. How much do you think that's going to change your performance? Are you a man that enjoys fighting in front of the crowd?
The fans is what I need, mate. Do you know what I mean? That lockdown show was very, very weird for me. Do you know what I mean? It was a very strange experience. You know what I mean? I'm glad I'd done it, but it was strange. It was it was very daunting walking out to no one. Do you know what I mean? It was a very surreal experience, but yeah, the fans is what I'm all about, mate. I thrive off it. Like, I mean, I can't wait.
Have you had a chance to look at Tracey at all? Obviously, he's come from a professional mixed
Yeah,
martial arts background.
I have had a look. I have had a look. I know he ain't no sausage. You know what I mean? He's a tough lad. I fucking, by the looks of it, he could take a hell of a punch. I think he's going to take a lot to finish him. Like, do you know what I mean? But he's an MMA fighter. I think take his legs and all the rest of his limbs away. He's just, most of the time, they're just an amateur boxer, which is, do you know what I mean? But then again, I'm not going to underestimate him either.
You think your boxing advantage, obviously you started off as a kickboxer, but you've had a lot of boxing experience. You think that's going to play a part in this fight?
I think my boxing advantage, I think I've got definitely a boxing agility advantage, but power-wise, he looks a very powerful lad. So, yeah, and the thing is, obviously, where I was setting myself up for a Matty Hodgson fight, fucking, you know what I mean? I'm spinning it right now, and I'm trying to prepare for another fight with only 6 weeks to go, which, do you know what I mean? So I am having a look, I am studying, I'm trying to get my head right in, but it's hard to get your head right when all I can see is MMA fights, do you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to figure out what someone's boxing ability is about when he's every two punches, he's throwing a kick, like, do you know what I mean? He's like, can't really get your head right, can you? Keep your legs down, just throw your hands, man.
No, as I say, he won't have those. For sure. So coming into this fight, I mean, it depends really on your mindset coming in, but do you feel like you have something to prove here? Obviously, having come out on the loss, do you feel like you have something to prove to the fans, to yourself?
I don't think I've got anything to prove because I think all my past fights has proved what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously that was my first fight for BKB on the TV. So I think, do you know what I mean? I just hope people ain't, you know what I mean, looking at me as at that fight and thinking that's the sort of fighter I am, because I'm not. Do you know what I mean? If you look back at my previous fights, you know what I mean? I'm a hell of a lot more than what got shown in that fight. Do you know what I mean? That was just a bad night, bad day, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? But you will see a difference in this fight, and that I promise you.
What has changed? Because the mentality's obviously changed. You're training
really
hard, but physically.
Too much. He's going to be watching, isn't he?
But the hunger's there. You know, you've been working really hard. How important has good people being around you? Obviously, have you changed coaches? I couldn't recognize you.
I did change coach for a little bit,
yeah.
But I'm back now. I'm back now. My original coach was just swapping it about and just weighing up options and like the best route to go and that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sticking where I am, yeah. And we've changed a few things around. We changed a hell of a lot about it, to be honest with you. After the last fight, we started stripping back to basics, and we've just started from afresh. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know yourself, I've come from the pit fighting and all that. Do you know what I mean? And I like to get into the row, which is, do you know what I mean? This is elite level now, so you know what I mean? I need to stop trying to just punch everyone's head off. And I mean, because I have got the boxing ability, so you know what I mean? I need to sit back and use it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just gonna fucking try to take everyone's head off all the time.
So with that in mind, a prediction. So with that in mind, a prediction. Obviously, you might want to get the rounds in. You might want to get it early. Done early. What do you think?
My prediction for this fight, I think I'll box his head off for 3 rounds.
Sorry.
I think it'd go the distance. I think he'd be a tough man to stop. But obviously, yeah, of course, I'd love to stop it. If he leaves me that opening, yeah, I'm going to take his head off.
Brilliant. So behind you, obviously, there's a few sponsors there. Who have you got to thank?
Yeah, I'll tell you the reason why I've done that, George, because obviously the last fight, I didn't actually get a chance to thank my sponsors. So if they are watching now, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the last fight and the continuing sponsorship. As you know, I mean, without them, us fighters wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So yeah, it's a big thank you to all of you. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. And anyone else apart from sponsors, coaches, family, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I've got my coach. I've got a strength and conditioning coach called Simon Baverstock. He's a hell of a bloke. He's put a hell of a lot into me. My boxing coach in the gym I use is Steve Ricketts. He puts a lot of time with me, and he's put a hell of a lot of time with me now. And yeah, I'd like to thank myself as well, because I'm putting all the work in. You know what I mean?
Oh, perfect. Well, Darren, the Tarantula Godfrey, thank you for your time.
Nice one, George. Thank you, mate.